Let me ask you a couple of questions. How do you see yourself? What do you mean? How do I see me? In the mirror? Like, what are you talking about? Like, how do you consider yourself? What does your identity look like? Do you consider yourself a healthy person? Like, I'm a healthy person. Do you say that stuff or think those things? Do you consider yourself an addict? Like, I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. Or do you consider yourself a recovered addict and a recovering addict? I'm an addict in recovery. And now I base and make my decisions on that. Do you identify yourself as a humble person? Like, I'm not going to do that because I'm humble. I'm not going to say act like this because I'm humble. Do you consider yourself a victim of childhood trauma? I'm a victim, right? And somebody owes me, that whole victim mentality. Or are you a survivor of childhood trauma and now you control what's going on in your life and you're conquering life? Do you consider yourself not a smart person? Kind of like I used to. I used to make choices because I never thought I was going to amount to be anything and because I didn't think I could learn. I didn't think I was smart enough. So how do you consider yourself? How often do you tell yourself stuff like this? I'm ugly. Have you ever yell at yourself? I'm an idiot. I'm useless. I'm worthless. Or you mess up. No, I'm an effing piece of shit. What?
That's not good to say to yourself.
Oh, I thought our audio went down.
No. I was reacting because that's not something you should say to yourself.
In the back of my mind, the tragedy is having no audio today. I hear audio. Audio's gone. That's my belief. That's what I believe about myself right now is we have no audio. That's my underlying belief and my instant knee-jerk reaction fear. You see how that works? That's how that works. That's how deep ingrained it is. Because these underlying beliefs about yourself is actually how you identify. And because you have these deep identifiers of yourself, I'm ugly, I'm an idiot, I'm useless, you're going to make daily choices based on this. And these daily choices are going to be the habits that you build. And that's where you're going to find yourself in the current position you're in life at this moment. It all comes down to right now. Everything you believe about yourself, all the choices and daily habits you've set up, good or bad, are because of the way you believe, and it is exactly why you are where you are at the moment. So this brings us to this book, Atomic Habits. We're on chapter 2.
Great book. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Before we get started, can I tell him a joke?
Linkster's got a jokey.
Okay, come get a joke, bud.
If a robber broke into my house and started searching for money, I would get up and search with him.
Me too.
100%.
Somewhere.
So that's why we're going through this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you don't have a copy, get on Amazon and get you one. It's on Audible too. It's a good one. We're going to get down to the root of our systems and our beliefs. And I need you to understand as we start going through this, because some of this stuff that we're learning in here is going to be in August's challenge about digging into our daily habits and changing our daily root systems of belief about ourselves. And I want you to understand that and don't be discouraged, right? It's going to be the long haul. This is the long game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's something that's going to take a while to unwire in our brains. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. But don't be discouraged. I'm living proof that it's working because I've been accomplishing this and that. And it's not just me. There's hundreds of others, like JV in the comments. We're going to refer to him a couple times today because he's been running and he's running for a marathon. And we're going to talk about that in this book. The fact of the matter is if you want to change, you can. If you want to change, the only one stopping you is you. There's nothing else stopping you. And if you're pointing the fingers at everything else that you say is stopping you, you're just being a victim. Unless you're in some third world country, literally chained to a bus or something, and you can't get that shackle off your head, literally. Other than that, if you live in America, you got a job, you have a car, and you have a house to go to and an iPhone, there's nothing stopping you. Literally, nothing stopping you.
Except yourself.
Yeah. So when we come to these things that we want to change, we must get to the root cause of our belief system, and that's where we're going to attack it. This is what we're going to talk about here today on Recovering Addict. Okay?
R.A. baby.
So don't go away. Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT. I'm an alcoholic addict in recovery.
I'm Felice Weaver, married to this handsome feller.
Recovering Addict is a solution-based recovery peer support program where we find the solution to our problems, and that's where we live and focus our time and energy. If all we're doing is learning and there's no output in action, we're wasting our time. It's a fact. You got to put into action what you've been learning. If you want to find out more about us, go to recoveringaddict.org. If you want to support us, go there. There's a ways you can donate. And the best and easiest, most affordable way to support us is to share us out. And to, when you come across our content, just give it a little bit of love, hearts, and all that kind of stuff. So please give us a heart and love and like and all that kind of good stuff. And if you're new here, subscribe and follow and all that kind of good stuff. So right now, Felice is going to read the Just for Today, and then she's going to say hi to everybody, and then we're going to jump into our book.
So the JFT for today, the Just for Today July 24th, 2022, the masks have to go, page 214. We covered low self-esteem by hiding behind phony images that we hoped would fool people. The masks have to go. Basic text, page 33. Oversensitivity, insecurity, and lack of identity are often associated with active addiction. Many of us carry these with us into recovery. Our fears of inadequacy, rejection, and lack of direction do not disappear overnight. Many of us have images, false personalities we have constructed either to protect ourselves or others, or please others. Some of us use masks because we're not sure who we really are. Sometimes we think that these images built to protect us while using might also protect us in recovery. We use false fronts to hide our true personality, to disguise our lack of self-esteem. These masks hide us from others and also from our own true selves. By living a lie, we are saying that we cannot live with the truth about ourselves. The more we hide our real selves, the more we damage our self-esteem. One of the miracles of recovery is the recognition of ourselves, complete with assets and liabilities. Self-esteem begins with this recognition. Despite our fear of becoming vulnerable, we need to be willing to let go of our disguises. We need to be free of our masks and free to trust ourselves. Just for today, I will let go of my masks and allow my self-esteem to grow.
Heck yeah, that's a good one. I'll let go of my masks and allow my self-esteem to grow. Be unique. You are you, and there's only one of you, so be you, because everybody else is already taken. Nobody can be you but you, and that's how we love it, and that's how we like it.
Yeah,
go ahead and say hi to everybody.
That's what I like to remind people when they're like, oh, I'm sorry I was like this today, or oh, I felt like I was doing this kind of weird. No, that's who you are. Embrace it. You don't have to apologize for being you. Just be you. It's how God made you. So, with that, join us in our Discord. 24-hour support, updates, live Zooms, meetings. There's a link. Good evening, John Venturini. What is up, man? Good to see you here. What's up, Rolo? Hold on. Maryland. My scrolly thing quit working. New comments. There we go. And we got Jen Ray. Hello. How was everyone's weekend? Was good. Thanks for asking. And we have, take it from the top, we got this piecemeal, also spelled this way. What's up, Steffi?
Steffi!
Love you both so much. Thanks for everything. And shout out to Steffi. It is her birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Steffi. Very proud of you. Steffi is learning to grow her self-esteem. I'm just doing a fabulous job. Love watching her grow.
Amazing.
What's up, Brant? What's up, Don?
What's up, B?
Glad
How you doing,
guys
brother?
are here. See you Monday. What's up, Jess? Good to see you.
Hey, Jess. Welcome to the show.
Mo's in the house.
Hey, Mo.
We got Sean. Hey, what's up, New Mexico?
New Mexico, represent.
Hey, everyone. What's up, Jamie? Atomic Hammocks is a game changer. Great, great book. Cue the opening. John, you cracked me up. We got more New Mexico in the house. Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome, Teeter. Who else we got here? We got Carla B. My brain stopped working for like half a second and I couldn't read.
Carla Bell.
That was really weird. And look at all those happy birthday stuff. Everybody loves you. We got Amanda. I just can't stop relapsing. I'm missing something and I'm desperately need to find out what it is.
Oh man, that's tough.
Hopefully we can help you out.
Give me a little more details on what it means to relapse, because the definition, I'm going to jump in here real quick and address this, because that's why we're here, to help people who want to get clean and stay clean. Recovering Addict here and locally is a relapse prevention center. That's our focus, is to get us beyond relapse. And the definition of relapse is if you're in recovery and your recovery becomes what's that word?
Dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional. If you become dysfunctional in your recovery, that is the beginning of relapse. Drinking and using or whatever you do is the result of your mindset of relapse. So that's where you got to go back to. What happened when you used? Go back a couple weeks. Where did you start falling off track? What did you stop doing that was working to get you clean? You always, obviously, sounds like you hit the bottom. You get clean for a few days, maybe a couple weeks. You're feeling good. Maybe, I don't know. You're getting over the post-acute withdrawal. Maybe you get false pride and think you can handle certain situations. There's a lot of huge steps you need to take if you want to recover, and it is up to you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is up to you, and you have to take drastic changes, deleting people out of your phone, changing places that you go. But you have to really understand that no matter where you go, there you are. You get rid of the alcohol, you still got the ism, and the ism is what needs to change. And so start working on your character defects. See what your daily habits are and your routines that lead you down these funky holes that all of a sudden you decide to say F it and start using. Like, what is making you go with that decision? Here at Recovering Addict, that is our goal, is to find the solution and then live in it. So the more we get to know you, and the more we get to know your story and we talk, we can help you out better. We'll be kicking off Zoom meetings back in our Discord like we used to here shortly. So I just got to get more time figured out. We got a lot of stuff going on in our life with our new local program that's actually here Monday through Friday at this gym and everything else that we're trying to do. So give us some time.
If you're not in our Discord, please join. There are a lot of awesome people in there you can reach out to also.
Audio's gone. That's fine. Go ahead.
I just shared that link again. If you didn't get it, if you're already in there, reach out to some people. Awesome people. And we also have Petey's here.
Petey, what's up, brother?
Welcome, Petey. Thanks for the share squad. Always hashtag share squad. Share us out.
Thank you.
We got Facebook user here. Sorry I'm late. No worries. And Desmond, what's up? What's up, my main man?
Very cool.
Trying to get used to the mouse because up is down and down is up.
So our last chapter we went through on chapter 1 of Atomic Habits, we learned about the 1% improving 1% better every day. We talked about that British cycling team that came in and restructured every little thing, all the way down to the way they washed their hands so that they wouldn't catch colds. So we learned that habits are a compound interest of self-improvement. Getting 1% better every day counts for a lot in the long run. We're playing the long game. Life is a long game. Habits are a double-edged sword. They can work for you or against you, which is why understanding the details are essential. Small changes appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold. Remember, we got to keep pressing. It doesn't seem like anything's changing. Why is this like, and we get into that valley of disappointment that we looked at. And that's when people usually often give up. Is if we can keep pressing through that valley of disappointment and press through, we'll finally start seeing these changes. That's why one of the examples I like to go to the most are losing weight. It's just such an easy thing to talk about. So you say you want to lose 10 pounds. You're at it for a month and a half and you haven't even lost 2 pounds. And you're like, what is the point of this? It's never going to work. You got to stick with it for month 3 and 4. And you just can't lose hope. And then all of a sudden, month 4 hits, and all of a sudden, whoa, you're down not only 10 pounds, but you've lost like 13 pounds. Yes. And people around you are going, man, your face is looking like, wow. And it takes time. We as addicts want things to happen so fast. We want instant gratification so fast. That's why we addicts give up the fastest during these types of things. We got to switch our mindset to the long term, putting off instant gratification for things that will satisfy later in life. And that's what these small daily changes do. We have to remember that atomic habit is a little habit that is a part of a larger system. Just as atoms are the building blocks of molecules, atomic habits are the building blocks of remarkable results down the road. If you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on our systems. Remember, we talked about the goal is something you're aiming at, but if that's all you're trying to achieve, and once you get there, you cross that finish line, you could just revert right back into your old way of doing things. And so what you want to do is set up daily systems and daily structures of a lifestyle change. You want to change your lifestyle. And that's what you have to do in recovery. If you don't want to be an addict anymore and relapse, you have to restructure your daily life, your daily routines, your daily content that you consume inside your eyes and your ears, your daily, what you eat, how you exercise, how you sleep, get your sleep schedule under control, all that kind of stuff. And so we're going to look at today how habits shape your identity and vice versa. So it says on chapter 2, why is it so easy to repeat bad habits and so hard to form good ones? Few things can have more powerful impact on your life than improving your daily habits. And yet it is likely that this time next year, you'll be doing the same thing rather than something better. Like I've put up, let me see if my banner is still here. Nope, it's not. But if you are still in the same mindset, doing the exact same things and the same level of recovery you were 1 year ago, you're doing it wrong. There's got to be a 1% growth. 1% growth for 365 days is a lot. It often feels difficult to keep good habits going for more than a few days, even with sincere effort and the occasional burst of motivation. Habits like exercise, meditation, journaling, and cooking are reasonable for a day or two, and then they become a hassle. However, once your habits are established, that's why you got to press through. Get into 6 months of doing something over and over and over, because then finally it's ingrained and established. Right now, since I did my 75-day challenge, and now I'm like, I don't know, I guess if I would count, I'd be in the hundreds and something. But I still get up and I exercise every single morning. I ride my mountain bike some sort of distance every morning. And that has become a habit. Like I just do it now. I don't even complain about it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel a little tired or sore, but nothing stops me from getting out the door. Not right.
You're a poet.
So once these habits are established, they seem to stick around forever, especially the unwanted ones, right? Despite our best intentions, unhealthy habits like eating junk food, watching too much television, procrastination, and smoking can feel impossible to break. John V says, first method of battling weight loss, go upstairs and figure out why you gravitate to those comforts. In my case, codependency habit had a lot to do with that. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. Get to the core issue of your identity, to be comfortable. That's exactly. What's up, Corey? Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. Praise God. It's like the steps for me, 10, 12K every day. Movement is a medicine, 100%. Yeah, there's a part of this chapter 2 that reminds me of you, John. So changing your habits is challenging for 2 reasons. And we're going to focus on one more than the other, but here are the 2 reasons. We try to change the wrong thing. You're trying to change the wrong thing. In fact, remember when I talk about the 5 whys, when I looked at that example of why the Jefferson Memorial was cracking and falling apart because they were spraying it too much and cleaning it with power washers too much. And they said, why? Well, there's bird crap all over it. Oh, well, get rid of the birds, put nets up. That was not the problem. And so they put the nets up, birds still came, and it was ugly. And they still had to power wash all the bird crap off the memorial. Well, that wasn't the problem. Back to the drawing board. Why are the birds here? Oh, they're eating all the moths. Why are the moths here? Because the lights are on, right? And it's like spiders, lights, and all this kind of stuff. And you ask why 5 times and you get down to the root cause of the problem. So if you see a habit you need to implement or a habit you want to break, you got to find the root cause of that problem, or you're going to be trying to change the wrong thing. We try to change the wrong thing, and that's what we're going to dive into deep tonight. Number 2, we try to change our habits in the wrong way. And he says in this chapter, we're going to address that first point, and then the rest of the book will be on the second point. So today we want to focus on, why do we change the wrong thing? Our first mistake is that we try to change the wrong thing.
This guy says, how do we catch ourselves before the bad habit? I think this will kind of go into it.
Who is this? Who is this user we're talking to? Yeah, how do we catch ourselves before the bad habit? That's that we're definitely going to get there because it has to do with our identity. And right now, this is kind of the way that it works. There are 3 layers of our behavior change: a change in your outcomes, a change in your process, or a change in your identity. So understanding what I mean, consider that there are 3 levels of which change can occur. You can imagine them like the layers of an onion. We are like layers of the onion. So the first layer is changing the outcomes. This level is concerned with changing your results. Okay, so the outcome. What is the outcome of change? It's going to be losing weight, publish a new book, winning a championship. Most of the goals you set are associated with this level. So the outcome is the lagging indicator. I want to lose 15 pounds. If you lose 15 pounds, that was the outcome. The second layer down is the process. This level is concerned with changing your habits and systems, implementing new routines at the gym, decluttering your desk for a better workflow, developing meditation practices. Most of the habits you build are associated with this level. So to get to that outcome, you must have a process, and this is one of the layers of the onion. And now third, the deepest layer is changing your identity, and this is what we want to talk about today. So real quick, as I'm thinking about what that guy said.
What she said.
What she said.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Where's my cup? I got a cup that says that.
Used it today. Almost.
Dang it.
I found my Golden Girls one. So.
Oh, JJ. Jojo. Yeah. So Jojo, you're in the private group, which is cool. You're in the private group. You can either be on the Facebook page or in the YouTube channel. Doesn't matter. Either way. We love that you're here.
Yeah.
And so before the relapse happens, like that's where we have to focus on things like our character defects. We have character defects, and there's 17 that we go through on this channel, like impatience, procrastination, laziness, criticism, false pride, self-importance, self-condemnation, dishonesty. And we learn all that stuff. And then we start journaling and we start focusing on our lives and seeing where those things apply. You really have to have, it's a path of self-discovery. What am I doing? What are my habits? What are my knee-jerk reactions? What is my thought process? What is my worldview? And then you'll start understanding when your mind starts to slip to these dark areas and you start relapsing. And it's a long journey. Just remember, this is not instant gratification. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. So tonight we want to talk about our identity. The third and deepest layer is changing your identity. This level is concerned with changing your beliefs, your worldview, your self-image, your judgment about yourself and others. Most of the beliefs, assumptions, and biases you hold are associated with this level. The reason that you're going to set up the process to even get that outcome or the lack thereof has to do with this view of the world, of yourself, your judgments, and how you view and see other people. Outcomes are about what you get. Processes are about what you do. Outcomes are about what you get. Processes are about what you do. Identity is about what you believe. When it comes to building habits that last, when it comes to building systems of 1% improvements, the problem is not one level is better or worse than the other. All the levels of change are useful in their own way. The problem is the direction of change. Many people begin the process of changing their habits by focusing on what they want to achieve. What do you want to achieve in life?
Big biceps.
Big biceps. So with outcome-based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve. With identity-based habits, the focus is on who you wish to become. Okay, so the first one is outcome. The second one is process. The third is your identity. So when you have outcome-based habits, you're focusing on what you want to achieve. When you have who you want to be, identity, then your goals will come just based on the changes you make by the person you want to be. You want to be a clean and sober, successful person, then you're going to set your day up and your identity up as a successful, sober person. You're not going to shoot for it down the road. You're going to start acting and being that today. Does that make sense? Many people begin the process of changing their habits by focusing on what they want to achieve. This leads us to the outcome-based habits. The alternative is to build identity-based habits. With this approach, we start by focusing on who we wish to become. So now I ask you, who do you wish to become? Do you want to be that sober, successful person? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be skinny? Do you want to be trustworthy? Do you want to be dependable? What does a dependable person do? They do what they say they're going to do, right? If they wake up and say, I'm going to be there at 9, they're there at 9. That's what dependable people do. And so the choices they're going to make, a dependable person will make these types of choices. I'm going to go to bed a little bit early. I'm going to wake up just a little bit early. I'm going to make sure everything's in order so that I can leave the house by 8:30 so I can be where I said I was going to be at 9. All the choices 12 hours prior to the commitment made by the dependable person, because that's who they are, right? Their identity. And so who do you wish to become? Write it down tonight. Write it down in your journal. Who do I want to become? And then just sit there and stare at it and go, what do I want to become? Do I want to be successful? Do I want to be happy? And then write down, what do happy people do? What kind of choices and what kind of things do happy people do? What kind of content do people consume that are happy? What kind of books do happy people read? What kind of relationships with other people do happy people have? Think about it. So imagine two people resisting a cigarette. Here's a wonderful example of this. When offered a smoke, the first person says, no, thanks, I'm trying to quit. Sounds like a reasonable response, right? But this person still believes that they're a smoker who is trying to be something else. They are hoping their behavior will change while carrying around the same belief. Hey, want a cigarette? No, thanks, I'm trying to quit. See where their identity is still based? I'm a smoker trying to be something else. The second person says this. Ask me if I want a cigarette.
Want a cigarette?
No, thanks. I'm not a smoker.
Oh.
What do I look like to you? A smoker?
Identity change.
I changed my identity.
Just seen it happen.
It's a small difference, but it's huge. You know, the statement signals a shift in identity.
I think that is huge.
I'm still a vapor, though. You can call me Lord Vapor.
At least it don't stink. Guess you don't want to smoke in a pancake.
No smoking a pancake. The person that identifies like that, no thanks, I'm not a smoker, indicates that the smoking was a part of their old life and not their current one. They no longer identify as somebody who smokes. Most people don't even consider identity change when they set out to improve. They just think, I want to be skinny, which is the outcome. And if they stick to this diet, then I'll be skinny, which is a process. They set goals and determine the actions that they should take to achieve those goals without considering the beliefs that drive their action. They never shift the way that they look at themselves. They don't even realize that their old identity can sabotage their new plan to change. Your old identity can sabotage your new plan to change. Are you still relapsing? Your old identity is somehow probably sabotaging you because your identity is to be, I'm still an addict, I'm worthless, I'm a victim, I'm not a person in recovery, and I'm not making decisions based on a person who is in recovery like me. Am I going to go hang out with people who are partying and drinking? No, I'm in recovery. That life is beyond me now. That's my old life. I'm not doing that anymore. I have a new identity. Am I going to eat 600 pancakes for breakfast? Only on Saturday, because I'm fit and I'm an athlete now.
Unless it's
I only had 2 pancakes.
protein pancakes. There was protein.
They were
pancakes.
protein with
And
some
bacon.
real maple syrup too.
Real maple syrup, not sugar syrup.
Mm.
Oh, it's delicious.
So think about that crap though. If you're failing somewhere in your old identity, that's the sabotage. Are you a smoker? No, thanks. I'm trying to quit. Or no, I'm not a smoker. Behind every system of actions are systems of beliefs. The systems of democracy is founded on freedom, right? It goes deep, and there's personal identity, there's group identity, you know, like America identity compared to Russian identity, you know, all that kind of stuff. Similar patterns exist whether we are discussing individuals or societies or organizations or societies. There are sets of beliefs and assumptions that shape the system and the identity behind the habits. What?
Oh, she's laughing
any
at
questions?
our backstage person. Yeah, this
Ow.
user has a couple things they've been saying. How do I create positive identity when I've been an addict for over 15 years? I'm in sober living through a program here, and I'm just not getting the answer that makes sense to me.
How do I create a positive identity when I've been an addict for 50? I was an addict for longer than that, like 15 plus. There's people in this room, in this chat, that have been addicts and alcoholics longer than that. Your mindset first. Like when I went to rehab, it took 2 months for that crap to kick in. I went there with a bad attitude. I was like, I'm too good for this. Step one, screw you. I'm not powerless. You know who I am? You know how many awards I've won in the Air Force? You know what I've done in the secret stuff, and I've accomplished amazing things, and how fast I've climbed the ladder in the government after being a meth addict. Ooh, all that was my attitude. Okay, that's what I'm projecting, but that's my attitude. And it took a couple months before finally step one kicked in, because I relapsed. And I was like, wait a minute, and then my counselor smacked me upside the head, and then it clicked. Wait a minute, I need to be here with a positive attitude and get out of every conversation, every book, put in effort, read, listen, journal, put in the work, listen, learn, put it into action, and get the most out of it. And that will start to change. You're rewiring your brain. It ain't going to be fun. It ain't going to feel good. It's going to be tough. You're going to go up. You're going to go down. You're going to go up. You're going to go down. Whether you're up, whether you're down, this too shall pass. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Go ahead.
That was the second part. I keep hearing recovery isn't supposed to be all sunshine and puppy dogs, but people keep telling me it is.
Because it is. It's a dichotomy.
It's both.
It's two things that don't make freaking sense. 2 days ago, I was in a funk and a slump. Didn't really feel that great. Woke up depressed for no reason. I don't even know why. Felt hopeless, like I was on the end of the world. Like everything I'm doing is useless. But you know what? I've come to learn and understand that's just the way it is sometimes. Your body just goes there. It just gets dark and your mind just goes there. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe my water intake wasn't good. Maybe my thyroid medicine I forgot to take. I don't know.
Could just be your hormones for the
Could
day.
just be your hormones for the day. But either way, you understand your body is going through something, and guess what? That's going to pass. And I know in like a couple days, I'm going to be so super excited that I'll probably overcommit to some stuff. And I got to relax on those days too. Like, hey, calm the hell down, buddy. You're just excited today. To remember in a couple more days, you're going to be depressed.
Yeah, my favorite quote out of this book, one of my favorite ones, is every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become.
Yeah.
So if you want to have that kind of positive, happy attitude, start doing those types of things, and all of a sudden it will become natural and normal and won't feel weird anymore.
For this Facebook user, real quick, I want to look up the 9th step promises.
I feel you, LT. This happened to me.
Hang in there real quick. You talk to him for a
Jojo. I'm Jojo.
JoJo, there she is.
So I know I have a long way to go, but just knowing I don't have to go out and use is awesome. Oh, Facebook user is me. Everybody. Now everybody knows your name. Welcome, Jojo.
Jojo, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for saying hello. So check it out. What you're going through, what you're feeling. Like a lot of people go through a pink cloud. They're like, yay, recovery. And then they crash and relapse, right? A lot of people may go through what you go through. And that's why the 9th step promises are written. Start putting in the work. If we are painstaking, which means if we don't give up, if we just keep crushing our goals, if we do this work, painstaking, right? About this phase of our development, you keep crushing through to step 9, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom, a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and know peace. No matter how far down the scale we've gone, no matter how far down the scale we've gone, and I've gone down pretty damn far, we will see how our experience can benefit others. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurities will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. We Are these things extravagant? Is this an extravagant promise? Everybody says. We think not.
Dizzy.
They are being fulfilled among us. Listen to this part here, Jojo. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but they will always materialize if you work from them. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. If you press through, it will happen.
And no skipping steps.
Am I allowed to just go to step 9? Can I just start at 9?
Can I just be done? I'm just kidding.
So when I was a little shithead, 19, 20-year-old, I worked for a company called Hadley Brothers Painting. And I hate working, period, right? And this is when I was a punk-ass kid. All I wanted to do was smoke weed, party. But I knew I needed a couple bucks to do that. So we're sitting there in a company meeting, and he said something about where we were going to work. And I was like, ugh. And this one guy behind me is all, can I just get paid?
That's what I'm just going to say at work from now on.
Can I just get paid?
Paid? No.
That was me. So listen up, everybody. We got a new segment to our show. We have somebody new to the RA family that's like a manager, like a boss.
A boss. She keeps us in check.
She's the one that really runs the show. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, she has 1 year of sobriety. Let's give it up for the Aubrey. Woo!
Yay! Hey guys.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Killing it.
Freaking amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I really don't run the show. When you said that, no, I really don't run the show. So don't do that. I couldn't do it without you two.
She does when I'm away. She's like, LT, police said to do this.
I get emails. That say, you better make this happen.
I do sometimes. Only sometimes.
So let's talk about your 1 year clean. Give us yourself, your story in a nutshell. And then let's talk about 365 days, 1 year
old.
of no mind altering drugs. Like, what? This is possible?
You guys. Wow. 1 year ago, man. So a year ago, I stopped using meth, but I don't know if I really consider like being totally like, I wasn't totally better, because as soon as I stopped using meth, I called my parents for help. But then shortly after that, I ran away to Montana thinking that I could just run away from all my issues and all of my debt and all of my everything. But I couldn't. Like when I ran away to Montana, I was still there. So that was kind of something that I had to come to terms with, that I was the problem. Like meth was a problem, but...
Hold on, real quick. Aubrey, here's one of your Reels fan right here.
Jim, you always comment my Reels. You're a homie. You're a homie, Jim. You're the MVP. Jim always comments on my Reels.
So positive.
He always follows my call to actions. I love it. Love it.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. But that was something that I had to come to terms with, that meth was a problem, but also like I was the problem. Like meth was the solution to my problem, and I was my problem. And I didn't realize that until I was stranded in Montana with no money. I was homeless. I didn't know anybody. And that's when I realized that I was the problem, and so I needed to fix me. So I do have a year clean from using drugs.
Let's see your coin. Show us.
You got your coin?
Real quick.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
That's so cool.
How'd it feel getting that? Like,
it felt good. I felt like I thought back to like a year ago to where I was. And a year ago, I was sitting in my truck in a parking lot thinking, this is pathetic. I can't even afford to buy soda for 88 cents. Like, I'm so sad. Like, this is pathetic. So I had to call for help. And I called my parents for help. And they came and picked me up. And then shortly after that, I ran away to Montana with my dealer. I never did use, but I did get stranded in Montana, and I had to call my parents for help again. So like how I did it, I had to ask for help. I couldn't do it by myself.
Right.
Like I had to ask for so much help.
That's what trips me out about recovery and like the want to change. I like to say dichotomy now because everything's like two parts of like contradictory statements. It's like, do I need people to recover? No,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yeah.
You have it. Like, is it ultimately up to me? Yes, but I need help. Yes. You know, you have like, you made that choice to change, but then you're right. We need people. Like, people need people.
Yeah.
And like to suck up the shame, the you know, your ego and just all that stuff that says I don't need help. I'm good, you know, and then you know, walk with your tail between your legs and say that's huge.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest thing that I've had to come to terms with is I had to ask for help, but also I can't do it by myself. Like there's no possible way I could be where I am today without all of the people in my life. So
Ditto.
And thanks everyone. Thank you so much.
Nicole says I'm on naltrexone. I think I was on that for a minute, wasn't I? For like a week.
Yeah, I think that, but when you were detoxing.
Yeah, I think I was on that one during my detox, and then Vivitrol shot to let me just stay. It's been life-altering, game changer for me this time. Awesome. Don't go back, because guess what? You're gonna have to start over. Don't do it. Corey Daniel says meth is a waste of time. What is that when you say I'm about to swear? So what is that?
I'm about to swear.
He's about to swear.
He's about to swear.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
That word. Meth is a waste of time. I always consider it busy as fuck doing nothing. That's awesome.
Love it.
So I heard you like have some type of a quote or something for us.
I do, which is kind of cool because I feel like it goes with what we're talking about, and I didn't even mean for it to do that, so that's kind of fun.
Way cool.
Okay, so it says, "You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." Fancy,
Routine, baby.
Right?
Success and systems, routines.
So that's pretty cool. Was that
so Amanda? You did just find us. We're here. Here we are.
What? Amanda, hang out with us.
Yeah. Is it digital? Is it only going to be on digital? That's okay too. You know, because then you can take this positive energy and create this type of world in your area. You know, that's like my goal is to have people become so awesome in recovery that they make this person like want to be awesome. And then this person makes that person want to be awesome. And it's just this huge ripple effect. So far, it's working.
Jim says to read it again.
And JoJo wants it typed out and sent to her.
Okay, I'll type it out. I gotta move my microphone out of the way, y'all.
Okay, while you're typing,
I'll read
it a little more. Okay,
you want me to read it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, read it.
Okay, I'll read it. It says, "You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine."
Never change your life.
I think you're reading that out of the book I'm reading.
I'm not. I'm reading.
Are you reading ahead? You're reading ahead, aren't you?
No, I'm reading it off my phone.
Can't even see it.
That's like exactly what we're talking about.
I'll type it.
All right, everybody. Does everybody know what time it is? Today's what?
Discord question of
the day. And the first two questions come from Jen Ray. She says, "How do I allow myself to grieve?" Real quick, let's handle this one. Do it.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Yep.
Cry. If you have to cry for 3 weeks straight and wash your pillow every night because it's soaking wet, do it. If you need a friend that's understanding to cry with, in the Bible, it tells people,
mourn with those who mourn.
Mourn with those who mourn. Find somebody that has that mindset, that will cry with you, that will laugh with you, that will sit with you. You know, not like Job's buddies, but we'll sit there and just listen and love you. Grieve. It's okay. There's like, how do you allow yourself to, you just let it out. Like I was at my uncle's funeral. My mom was like, "God, LT, you were crying a lot." And I was like, I couldn't help it, but I didn't care. And I wasn't crying because I missed the guy. I was like, he had his full life. He's on. Got sent away to full honors from the military. Is all good. But the service was just so beautiful. I just couldn't help but cry. So just let it out. Just freaking let it out.
Crying
and then
is not a bad thing. It's your
I
body.
cry when we go mountain biking.
hormones and stress. Like
Yes,
let your
you
body
do.
do what your body naturally wants to do, and let it release all the chemicals that are built up. That's what crying does. It's pretty cool.
Google this. Write it down. Don't Google it yet because we're not done here. But write this down. Look at the 3 types of tears out of your eyes that your body produces. It'll blow your mind. Your body produces 3 types of tears, and one of them has to do with emotional crying. That's good for you.
Pretty cool.
It's actually way cool. So Jen Ray's second little question, she says, how do you suggest, thank you for that word suggest, because my suggestion is going to come off the top rope, handle my family reunion next weekend with a lot of drinking, weed, and lots of stupidity going on? Don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't put yourself in a high stress situation.
Yeah. Don't go. I would not go there. If it's a family reunion, let me tell you how I handle my brother's. I was in early recovery when I have like a year under my belt.
Yeah.
My brother's 50th birthday party and his best friend's 50, the big 5-0. My sister had a popular band from a local band, this country band that's really good. And it would have been so fun to I would have loved to just let loose and freaking tie one on there. So I showed up early, said happy birthday to my brother. A few people showed up and we left. That is not a place we need to be with a lot of drinking, weed, and lots of stupidity going on. What do you guys think?
Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't put yourself in a high stress situation, high risk situation. You don't want to do that.
No.
It's not
but it's
good.
my family.
For your sanity, it's not worth it.
But it's my family.
They'll still be there.
Yeah.
They'll be your family tomorrow too.
They'll be your family tomorrow too. After the reunion, after the drinking and the weed, they'll still be your family.
Yeah.
Even if you, like you said, show up maybe a little bit early and before all the craziness happens and say hi to everybody and then be like, wait, I still exist. Hey, okay, bye.
Yeah. Love you. See you tomorrow.
Catch them for breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
Like how you suckers feel all hungover, huh? Am I being too loud?
I feel great.
Make an appearance and then leave. That's what I do. I show up
Yeah.
early and then leave early.
And also don't be by yourself. Like if you can, take a buddy with you that can hold you accountable.
Boom.
Like with LT has Felice that can hold him accountable. They show up, they say they're hi, and then they leave. We all need a buddy like that, whether it's your spouse, a friend, somebody that's going to the family reunion with you. I think we all need to be held accountable. Or at least I know I do. Like I would need a buddy.
Yeah. Definitely need a wingman.
And an exit strategy.
And an exit strategy.
Have your own vehicle so you're not around.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get stranded.
Yes.
That's my suggestion.
Love it.
All right. So our second Discord question of the day comes from Geesh.
Kishi.
My brother from another mother, even though he's 6'4" and has a full head of hair. How to push through burnout or post-acute withdrawal. He says, I feel like I've made so much progress these last 3 months. I don't want to backslide, but I'm feeling burnout these last few days. It really feels like a combination of burnout and post-acute withdrawal. I've got to get out of this funk, but the desire to sleep nonstop is real. Bro, I know how you feel. During my 75 days and during days like week 60 through 6, like day 60 through 65, I had that same type of feeling, like negativity, sleep. And even this last like little bit, I've gone through a couple of little funky spells like that. And what I kind of think it is our body does need to rest. So if you're cranking 7 days a week, you're probably wearing yourself out, and it's okay to take one day and rest.
Yeah.
Like on the weekends, I still get up and go on a mountain bike ride, but when I get home, I take two, like yesterday and today, I take like a 2 or 3 hour nap. Good one. Like a good nap. I rest. I do that whole rest without quitting. And if it's post-acute withdrawal, I mean, it could be, you've been clean for quite a bit. You've been eating clean and healthy. So that there could be that mind game going on. And plus it's summertime, bro. This heat with the allergies that are in the air just seem to wear a body out. That's what happens for me. Like the heat plus the pollen in the air, I could sleep for like, it's like all I look forward to during the summer. During the heat summer, all I want to do is sleep. Now, what do y'all think?
I think that it's important to remember, and I have to remind myself this, that productivity looks different every day. Like some days, like LT said, you're gonna have to take a break. taking a break, resting is not the same as quitting. Like resting for a day, you're not quitting. But in order to continue moving forward and continue progressing, you have to take a break. You have to rest. Like you couldn't stay up for days on end and stay as productive as you were on day 1 on day 14. Like you have to rest. So I think just remember that some days are going to be days where you don't do as much, and that's okay. As long as you give it your best, like that's all you can do.
As long as you're sticking to your habits and know that this too shall pass.
Yeah.
He said he went for a bike ride yesterday morning and then slept all day. Perfect, dude. Like
Love it.
that's my goal on Saturdays, like, is to have my morning workout, and then the rest of the day is either just lounging around doing nothing or spending time hanging out and doing stuff with family. So I slept pretty much after my bike ride till we went bowling with the coolest strike bold ever.
Was pretty neat.
Terrible.
A little jealous. I could get strikes like that.
Already said I embarrassed her like her dad.
I said, "Oh, don't ever do that again." I said, "Oh no."
We're going bowling.
And Zalin was not embarrassed. He's like, "Hold on, let me get this angle. Wait, do it again."
It took a lot
I'd
of
be like,
time.
"Stop! I need to go play 2 lanes down. Don't ever do that again."
I made, no, true story here, I think it was 20 or 50 bucks to moonwalk across the whole bowling alley in front of everybody.
Yesterday?
No, when I was younger.
Oh, I was like, "What?"
I'd have done it yesterday too.
Yesterday.
Donkey kick strikes are champion material.
It's true, Epi. It's true.
Naps are like, I have to have at least a 10-minute nap every single day. I just have to shut off for like a few minutes and then I feel good. Said felt like I was coming down. I couldn't keep my eyes open to save my life. Yeah, you're just wearing yourself out, bro. And then think about your diet too. If you've been putting out a ton of calories, exercising with your bike rides and the heat as well, maybe you're not eating enough. Maybe your calories are low.
Yeah, apparently you're a big guy, so you probably need more food.
You probably need at least 3,000 a day just to maintain. All right, so here is our third Discord question of the day. So how do you handle boundaries when your spouse or somebody else doesn't like them? I'm just going to come right off the top rope here too. Boundaries are boundaries for a reason, and if the other person doesn't like it, oh well. That's what a boundary is. I set up boundaries with my family, my dad, with certain people in my life, and that's a boundary I chose. I drew a line. I said, if you're going to act like that, I'm over here and I will not participate. And if that person's like, well, I don't like that. Oh, well, tough shizzy.
It's not your life. It's my life. It's my boundary.
Yeah. Boundaries are to protect you, not the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries are not ultimatums, but they're there for protection.
Yep.
I just dropped a good video link by Amber from Put the Shovel Down. Great video.
Too
Watch
hot
it.
geesh.
100 degrees. Ew.
Too freaking hot geesh.
Ooh.
It's been over 100 here as well, and I can't handle it, man. I'll go out in the morning, and then I hide from the sun during the day, and then I go out in the evening. But, ugh. I hate the heat, and I hate cold water on me.
I like the heat with cold water on me. AKA swimming.
More
Love
food.
Me and the kids went swimming earlier. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, John, you're right. We need to eat. Yeah. Healthy carbs, man. It's good to eat. Got to eat. Especially if you're in recovery and you think about the time you spent abusing your body.
Mm-hmm.
What did you put into it? Like us meth addicts, we sniffed poisons that we don't even know. Like how stupid were we? Like, really? We put these chemicals in our body that like run tractors and like all that kind of stuff.
Tractors
and scrape paint off walls. And so now we need to start making our body healthy with the food and water and exercise. So and there's that time our body needs to heal. And so we got to put positive healing substances in, which is clean food and water. Rinse your guts out.
Rest.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely battery acid.
Battery acid. It's true. It's one of the ingredients.
Nothing wrong with that, JoJo.
This is what she said. Get over it. They're called boundaries for a reason. If you can't respect it, there's the door you came in.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's about where I'm at too.
Yes.
Like if somebody walked in my house and And I was like, hey, I told you to call before coming over. Oh, you meant it? You fucking ain't right. I did. Get out of here. Like,
Get outta
that's
here.
what I would say. Jerry Rose, how you doing, buddy? Definitely tolerates junk less, but my addict brain doesn't always hear that, right? I read you good. Teeter says, trying not to fall asleep. Been a long. Teeter, how's that garden coming? How's that fairy garden coming? Did you get some seeds planted yet? No excuses.
No excuses. But it's your life.
But it's your life, bud.
It's your life. I hate it when LT says that to me. It's your life. It's your life.
So, before we take off, it's hard to change your habits if you never change the underlying beliefs that have led to your past behavior. Okay? This guy's example right here. So this is a little cool example I'll leave you all with. His name is Brian Clark. He's an entrepreneur from Boulder, Colorado. He says, for as long as I can remember, I've chewed my fingernails. It started as a nervous habit when I was young, and it morphed into an undesirable grooming ritual. One day, I resolved to stop chewing my nails until they grew out a bit. Through mindful willpower alone, I managed to do it. Then Clark did something surprising. He says, I asked my wife to schedule me my first ever manicure. My thought was that if I started paying to maintain my nails, I wouldn't chew them. And it worked, but not for the monetary reasons. What happened was the manicure made my fingers look really nice for the first time. The manicurist even said, other than the chewing, I had really healthy, attractive nails. Suddenly, I was proud of my fingernails. Even though that's something I have never aspired to, it made all the difference. I never chewed my nails since, not even a single close call. And it's because I now take pride in properly caring for them. The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. It's one thing to say, I am a type of person who wants this. It's something very different to say that I am the type of person who does this. If you want to read a book, is your goal to read a book? No. Your goal is to not read a book. The goal is to become a reader. If you want to be like John V and run a marathon, John V didn't say, I want to run a marathon. His goal was to become a runner. And now he's an actual runner. He runs every day and he makes decisions based on running. What am I going to eat? Well, how's it going to affect my running? What time am I going to go to bed? Well, how's it going to affect my running? Because I'm a runner. What kind of shoes am I going to wear? And socks and pants and shorts? And am I going to put gel on my nipples or am I going to let my shirt hang off? You know, all these things decisions that John makes because now he's a runner, not just trying to be a marathon guy, right? The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn an instrument. The goal is to become a musician. So base your identity. Look back at your identities and see why you are where you are. Look at where you want to be and look at the decisions your identity has to be today to be who you want to be. What?
You had it way wrong.
Did I?
Band-aids for nipples.
Damn it.
Thanks for the correction.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.
See?
John.
He's a runner. I'm not.
John, respect to you for being a runner. Running is not my fave.
Nope, me
I've seen
neither.
Aubrey run. She hates it.
Running, mountain biking. They're kind of up here.
What?
I cry every time.
It's
So hard.
Pretty sure you didn't cry last time.
I didn't cry last time. I was proud of myself.
Stronger.
All right, y'all. God.
But,
God.
Okay,
Yes.
like this.
Oh
Put
my
your
God.
hand-
hands up.
So it's like,
Okay.
there you go.
There you go.
Here, you can hold Felice's hand.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, there you go.
What?
Got it.
God, grant us the
Serenity
serenity to
to
accept the things we cannot
cannot
change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
Amen.
Hey, cool peeps.
All right, y'all. I'll be back
You guys
by
are
myself
cool.
here on Tuesday morning. We go live on Tuesday. Oh, let me just show you that really quick. So on Tuesday, AM 7, Thursday, 7 a.m. and Sunday nights is when we go live. So tune in, join us, share us out. Remember how to support us, like and follow, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, y'all, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your programs, and remember, we recover better together.